name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is putting on blinders and ignoring the red flags or ignoring your intuition that is warning you. Somebody may be acting a little bit out of sorts, or they're not treating you with the respect that you deserve. There is this desire they have to represent themselves in a way that is inauthentic. So you're dealing with somebody who's insecure. And I feel like because you can pick up on that insecurity, you have this desire to either kind of bolster their confidence and help them through that, but you know it also puts you at risk of being drawn into their toxicity. So another part of you is asking, maybe it's better to not sacrifice my own sanity in order to be able to help this person who is not feeling great about themselves. That self-doubt, yes, it helps when you have support, but it isn't your responsibility to help this person feel good about themselves. I do think you can do a lot for individuals to help them see who they really are or the greatness they possess. But this is someone who turns toxic because of that insecurity. And it's important to know the difference, right? Is this something where maybe it's best for me to allow them to have some time to themselves or to find that path? Hello, Rachel. Hello, Ruben. Hello, Joaquin. How are we doing? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. And in that description box, you can also find a link to my Etsy shop if you are interested in getting one of my homemade soy candles. Let's see. I think we will start with the Pause Tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. Seven of Pentacles, the World in the reverse, and the Moon. So you have been a friend, or you have been perhaps a romantic partner to this individual and tried to help them understand the things that were effectively blocking them or acting as obstacles in their life. Maybe you were trying to help them get through a difficult breakup. Maybe you were trying to help them get through a challenging professional or educational pursuit. But I do feel like you've had good intentions and wanted to be there for this person, but they haven't always been good at showing their appreciation for you or taking your advice. Now, does that mean every time you give advice to a friend that in order for them to be a good friend, they have to listen to your advice? No, it doesn't. But I feel like this is somebody who wants you to lift them up in difficult times, but they continue to put themselves in situations they don't need to, in part because of this insecurity. So they're repeating this cycle over and over again and asking you to help them change that without being willing to make any changes themselves. Hello, Neo. How are you doing? It's Gracie, right? Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good one. What else do we have? We have the Fool and the Magician in the reverse. So because you've given a lot to this friendship or this romantic relationship, it has diminished your energy or diminished your power as it pertains to your own path, right? So at some point, we have to understand when the person you're dealing with is not willing to invest in themselves. Thank you. Because you're giving to somebody who is wasting that energy. And while it might initially feel selfish of you to not try to help this person, keep in mind that it's like an organ transplant. They don't approve organs being transplanted to somebody who is an alcoholic, not because they're judgy, but because that would be a waste of that resource, right? There is someone here who you care about deeply and you're trying to assist, you're trying to help, but your energy could be helping someone who is actually invested in making those changes instead of wasting the energy that you have given to this person or have donated to their cause, right? Hello, Chris. I am not an astrologer. I have studied astrology, but I would not call myself an astrologer. Hello, Jamike. How are you doing? Oh, y'all related? What else do we have? Empress in the reverse, Tower in the reverse, and the King of Cups in the reverse. So, I guess for some of you, this could even be like a family member, right? But whoever you've been trying to help, your love, the effort that you put into this, it's like disappearing as soon as you donate that energy because they're not doing anything with it. They're not willing to make any changes. They're not willing to change their perspective or their outlook. They're wallowing in self-pity or that insecurity. Thank you, Gracie. Let me add that for you. May I assume that the letter J is for the month of June? Hello, Envy. How are you doing? Hello, Ellison. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Prism. How are you doing? Seven of Cups and the Page of Swords in the reverse. So you have a choice before you and you have an ability to reinvest the energy that helps others heal or helps inspire people around you. The thing is, with this Page of Swords in the reverse, I feel like this reading is coming through because you are ignoring those clues or that intuition that is telling you the person you're trying to invest in or help doesn't want your help. He don't want to be saved. She don't want to be saved. They're not interested in making the changes required. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. What else do we have? The Sun, the High Priestess in the reverse, and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So you could be making a greater impact elsewhere with the generous, kind, compassionate energy that you offer. There are others that would actually benefit and work with that energy to improve upon themselves. But this particular friend or this particular love interest ain't it. They're not able to do that, or they're not willing to do that. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands in the reverse. So your determination to be a positive impact in their life is admirable, but it is also something that could be more effective with somebody who is actually interested in making those changes or working on that self-awareness and having that confidence come from a very real place, right? All right, let's get a few from, this is the Fairy Godmother Oracle. Hello, Trinity. How are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Let me add that for you. And in case this is the first time you have done the super chat on my channel, I do the general reading for about 30 to 35 minutes. So about 25 minutes left. And then I start those personal questions and you would be after Gracie. JB's current feelings. for me. I've added that for you. Just because it's close enough to be considered politics, I deleted that. I don't want to start any conversations about politics, okay, hon? Hello, Aditya. How are you doing? What else do we have? Magic and knowledge. If you were a tutor and you were able to help somebody study for the SATs, or you were able to help somebody study for the bar, but you realized that your student was more interested in getting drunk or partying than actually applying themselves to that pursuit, then you would start to question whether that was a good use of your time. And just as you would in that situation, so too should you in this, because this is somebody who's not interested in working on themselves. Hello, Lee. Thank you for the tip. Let me add that for you for me today. Oh, I hope not. Let's see what we get for you. Hello, Erasable. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. I hope you're having a good day. This is the Soul Cat Tarot. No, Cat's Eye Tarot. Sorry. There's a lot of them. Sometimes I can't keep track of them. What else do we have? Justice, the Star, and the Empress in the reverse again. So you have a decision to make, and I feel like it does impact your own healing, because being around this toxic person who's refusing to change that toxic energy is depleting your magic, is depleting your ability to get done what you are meant to get done, right? Your purpose is not to waste your energy on somebody who doesn't care to change. Hey, Aditya, I'm putting you in a timeout because you're yelling at me and trying to tell me what to do. And no, chill out. It's a brief timeout, a little baby timeout, so you can come back around and be respectful, but no. Gracie, if you check my description box, you will find, and thank you, by the way, you will find a link to my second YouTube channel. I will caution you, I have not added anything new to that channel in quite a long time, probably a year. But it's me reading from books, some of my favorite books like Dante's Inferno. Real light reading. But its entire intention is to be an ASMR channel, so there's no ads, for example. Thank you, Erasable. So that might serve that purpose for you. Hello, Joshua. How are you doing? Yes, it's Curious Carmen's ASMR. But it is linked in the description box, so you can find it down there. Hello, Victor. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. What else do we have? Four of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So if someone is rejecting the healing energy that you are offering as a friend or as a lover, whatever it is, or a family member, don't continue to pour that energy into someone who is not grateful or acting on that energy. You can pour it back into yourself, or you can find somebody else who is willing to work on themselves or looking for that kind of support. And I do feel like you're going to find a different place to offer that assistance, offer that love. We have the Fool in the reverse and the Eight of Wands. Otherwise, the individual that you have been trying to help, this King of Wands in the reverse, who also came out as the King of Cups in the reverse, they're content to be in this unhappy spot because they like the attention that they get in that, like, woe is me kind of thing, right? So we don't need to continue to support that. It's not a good way for them to be showing respect to themselves, first of all, but also to the energy that you bring to the table. Hello, Nayla. How we doing today? Thank you for the tip. I'm adding that for you now. And what else do we have? Page of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. And the Six of Cups in the reverse. There's an opportunity for change coming your way. It could be something as simple as a change in your career, a change in your social community, or maybe even where you live. But it's getting you out of your comfort zone. And with this Six of Cups in the reverse, I feel you're meeting somebody new. This person that you're about to meet, yes, it could be a romantic interest. It could be a new friend, but it is somebody who benefits from and takes advantage of, in a good way, the positive energy that you bring to the table, the advice or the loving energy that you bring to the table. They want to make the most out of what's going on instead of like being stuck and perpetuating that. This new person is the King of Pentacles. That does not mean that they have to be a man, but the King of Pentacles indicates to me that we have someone who is working on improving the stability and like the foundation in their life, and they would benefit from and work diligently on improving the things in their life that you call attention to for them. Two of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Wands. But it's like you get two job offers at the same time. It may not be apples and oranges that you're comparing, this person who's insecure and not willing to work on themselves and the new person, but it is a choice. And you may not have like a clear menu in front of you. Do you want the burrito or the taco? This is saying you have to choose to work with somebody who's actually invested in their own growth versus continuing to give to somebody who likes being stuck, who likes, I guess probably could say they like playing victim. Emperor in the reverse. Yeah, they like to get people invested in their life by pointing to the things that are not fair, but they aren't interested in improving their own situation. So your assistance, your advice, your love, it's almost like wasted. I don't know if I want to say fully wasted on this person, but you're not going to see much change because they're not interested in changing. Hello, Bumface. I owe you an email. And I'm looking right now at the what's-its. So don't worry, I will check those out. Specifically the ones with the red front. Birds. Any significance? I have added that for you. Thank you. Hello, Bobby. How are you doing? Hello, John. What's up? Welcome to the live chat. So the ones, I know they're very different wherever you are and where I am, but the ones that have the kind of almost like rust-colored chest here, they sound like car alarms, and it took me a while to adjust when I moved to Tennessee. I was like, who told this bird they could sound like a car alarm and wake me up at 6 in the morning? This is ridiculous. I need to have a chat with you on the songs that you are singing, because I don't approve. Alright, this is the Santa Muerte deck. What else do we have, please? Queen of Cups, Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This new person that you're about to encounter or about to get closer to has some limitations or frustrations in their like stability. So maybe they're trying to figure out how to leave a relationship. Maybe they're trying to figure out what direction to take their career in. But here's you, the Queen of Cups, your love, your friendship, your attention to their experience helps them to understand what to do to move forward and have a better experience, to work on themselves. Skemmy, how are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Let me add that for you. Or has she moved on? We shall find out for you, Skemmy. Is my facial reaction to your question answer enough for you, Nun? Please don't say that to people. It's not, like, maybe that works on some people. I cannot speak for all women in every part of the world. But my facial reaction is a very real confirmation for you that that's creepy, and saying that should not be repeated. At least not in my live chat, okay, Nun? I think you're trying to compliment me, and that's kind of you. But not that way. Blah. Blah. Hello, John. If you would like to be added to the list, please put your request in the super chat, and please do not try to make me feel like I have to do something for you in my own live chat, okay? I don't like it when people get bossy. And yes, Lee, I agree. So, Nun, I'm putting you in a baby timeout, pun intended. Not because you want a baby, but because that is immature, okay? Do not say that to women. If you come back into the live chat, we can be friends if you would like to apologize. Hello, Callan. Oh, have a good rest of your day, Rachel. Thank you, Nayla. Do you like my facial expressions too? All right, so we have the Two of Cups, the Four of Swords in the reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is where you are going to have some incredible impact on somebody, whether it's platonic or romantic. You have the ability to touch their heart, to help them, almost like you're a catalyst or like you're starting the car up, right? You're able to help them see what they need to work on in a very loving and comforting way. Whatever they're missing, you see it, you pick up on it. I love editing, even though I'm sure it annoys people if I do it in the wrong circumstance. But in previous jobs, I would even do like red lines in legal documents, or I would craft presentations. And finding a way to be very effective in how you communicate is a passion of mine. You are able to help this person with some red lines. You are able to point out to them, oh, that's the wrong your, that's the wrong there. You help them build that stability that they've been looking for, and they're close, right? They have figured out much that they needed to for themselves, but you are that last little, like, boop, there you go. That's what you were missing. You got this. Now we can figure it out, right? Yes, Lee, I do think that that has been impacting. Hey, John, I don't like your attitude. So I'm putting you in a baby timeout as well. The live chat is here for you to interact with others in a respectful way. And I don't see respect in that last comment of yours, okay? So let's not be a jerk. You are welcome to come back to the live chat, but I expect you to be showing that you are respectful towards others, myself, and people in the live chat. That's just a requirement, and you get advised of that when you enter the live chat, okay? Hello, Marie. How are you doing? Hello, Urban Walker. How's your day? So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Cups in the reverse. This is our King of Pentacles has lost their way or lost sight of their own energy, and you are crossing their path to help remind them of their own power and their own magic so they can reclaim that, figure out the right direction, and build that Ten of Pentacles, that sense of stability. In some cases, it may be that you end up in a serious relationship with this person. In other instances, it might just be that you end up being their best friend, but you are a positive influence in their life. Hello, Martin. How are you doing? I'm glad to hear that, Urban Walker. Yes, isn't it great, Skemmy? Should I brush my hair with a fork? Again, we have the Empress in the reverse, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. See, I told you, where there are people who forget their own energy, who are maybe a little bit down on their luck, or they've misplaced that magic within them, you are a catalyst. That Five of Wands can often indicate fights or, competition, but this is a catalyst. You light a fire under their bum. You help them to identify what seeds need to be planted and how often to water them, whether they need to be in full sun or part sun. You are a gardener of sorts. But growth is the main goal, right? Best to do it with a spork. So we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone who has lost sight of their intuition, and yours remains intact. So you are, if you've ever been a part of like a Christmas Eve worship, at least where I come from, there is generally those little like one-time use candles with the little plastic, or not plastic, like paper catcher to catch the wax. But you light each other's candles, right? You pass the flame. You are helping in that way. You are reigniting their passion or helping them to see the path that would otherwise not be lit, would not be clear, would not be visible. So their intuition is going to return because they benefit from your energy. And that person from the beginning, the King of Wands in the reverse, they would have been like, oh, this? Yeah, it's a candle, but like, I don't need it. I'm fine. I'll just walk around in the dark. I might stub my toe, but then at least I get to complain about it to somebody and get some attention. That's not what we need. That's a waste of your energy. So instead of you giving that loving, helpful, guiding energy to this King of Wands in the reverse, you have this opportunity to be helpful to a King of Pentacles who is close to getting that stability and balance in their life, but would benefit from having your energy around them or your guidance to really like see the path in front of them, right? Thank you, Christina. Hello, Envy. If I did a gaming channel, it would probably be like Scrabble. I would love to play euchre again. I haven't played euchre in a really long time. I had a moment where I was obsessed with The Sims. I loved Dr. Mario. I don't know. I think it would probably be a little bit boring. Yes, exactly, Martin. Hello, Lemonade. How we doing? All right. Let's get a few from the Love Oracle, and then we're going to start on those personal questions. And thank you, everyone, for liking and subscribing. I sure appreciate it. Dr. Mario was the best. Kind of like a Tetris, right? But different. What else do we have? Chemistry, attraction, spark, passion. This is what I've been saying. You spark something in this King of Pentacles. It enables them to figure out what path is the right way for them to go. It's helpful. And it's important that you invest that energy in somebody who is actually going to do something with it, right? More fire. Depth, awareness, importance, and value. If you are giving advice to somebody who has no intention of learning, growing, and benefiting from that support you're offering, then you might as well be talking into the void, you know? There's a waste of your energy with the King of Wands in the reverse, and it's not that way with this King of Pentacles. Remember, those do not need to be men. That's just energy that I'm reading. But we have this clinging energy, and that is from the King of Wands in the reverse. This person wants you around to witness their failure and their insecurity, but they don't want to work on themselves. They want your beautiful energy to make them feel bad or make them feel better about the things that they're doing poorly. And you might feel a little bit cruel for walking away from this person, but if they want to continue to be stuck, you will have a negative outcome from that by wasting your energy. You could be moving forward. Good luck, vaccinator. I hope you get your W. So we have stress and past life. I do feel like for many of you, you have a healer energy about you or an empath. Maybe you give the best advice in your group of friends, but it is a challenge for you to overcome in this life. Feeling sorry for someone and giving too much to a person who is not willing to help themselves. So it is important for you to be able to walk away from those that just want to be a drain on your energy and don't work on themselves. That is your challenge. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stop giving and giving and giving to someone who does not help themselves. Or perhaps some people. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Priyanka. How we doing? Ayush feelings for me. Plus how he sees you. I've added that for you. Thank you, Priyanka. And we're going to start on those personal questions right now. Let's see. This is the Egyptian Tarot. So we've got a little bit of a list here. So let me highlight that for you. We've got Gracie, then Trinity, Lee, and then Nayla, Bumface, and then Skemmy, and then Priyanka. All right. So for Gracie, what is Gracie's X letter J? What is the energy for this person? What is the current energy for J? Regret, frustration, a sense of things ending, trying to find a way to defend against things not going their way, feeling like they've failed or lost out on something that was important, anxiety, maybe even sleeplessness. And what about energy towards Gracie specifically? feels like I sacrificed something that was important, or I didn't value something that would have helped me to understand things. The Hierophant is like your principles, right? So this is someone who feels like they should have stood up for you or for what your connection was, and they didn't. Page of Wands, Ten of Wands, Knight of Swords in the reverse. There is a desire here to impulsively communicate something to you. I feel like it would be about whether or not there's any chance to reconnect. Do they want to reconnect? They don't have the confidence right now. And I feel like this person is distracting themselves with other people who do not challenge them the way that you challenged them. So as of right now, it's like, I don't feel worthy, but I think about contacting you. I think about telling you what I really want. I think about telling you that I miss you, but they're in a pretty dark place. So that confidence is lacking. So this reading could very well apply to that situation. Hello, Aditya. How are you doing? Hello, is it Sade? How are you doing? This is one of my favorites, and I've had it, I think, the entire time I've had my channel. There we go. So good luck to you, Gracie. I do feel like this person needs more time to work on themselves, but they are thinking about you. Let's see what we've got for Trinity. What are the current feelings for Trinity from JB, please? What are JB's current feelings for Trinity? This is the Morgan Greer, by the way. This person is indecisive regarding your connection, Trinity. This is like, I feel like I should be able to make something better, or I should be able to resolve this issue because I see things differently. There has been a shift in perspective. So it's like, I know I should have done that differently, or I should have said this more respectfully. But when it comes to actually making something better, having this conversation with you, it makes me feel like I'm not prepared. I feel like I don't have the right words yet. So is this person working on healing themselves? Yes. Wow. I mean, they have some work cut out for them, right? But I don't feel like they're shying away from it. With this High Priestess Emperor in the reverse, this is like, I know I need to do better. I know I could have been more honest, or my intentions were lacking. And a lot of that has to do with how I feel about myself. I do feel like there's family issues here. I don't know if JB would consider themselves to be a black sheep of the family, but there's been a lack of support here. And I do feel like JB has been, it's like I always feel like I have to fight, or I always feel like I have to worry about what could potentially happen next, right? Oh, you're so welcome, Gracie. Hello, Grant. How are you doing? Yes, that's often how it goes. So, Trinity, we have somebody who is trying to battle through these obstacles or difficulties, but it feels heavier for them than for others, perhaps, because there has been this lack of support. So, how does this person see Trinity? Someone I want in my life for a long time, but I feel like right now I can't put forth the right energy. Is this somebody who feels like now they understand the connection where previously they did not? Yeah. This is someone who pushed you away, or who wasn't able to approach you the way they know now they should have. And it's because I have to work on me. I have to like fix the things within me that made it so that I couldn't approach you the right way or do right by you. Because like if I tried at this point, it would just be a bad outcome. So the focus is, how can I work on myself so that I can be better for someone like you? You're welcome, Trinity. But I do feel like they're working on self-sabotage. And that's important because a lot of people are just in denial that they sabotage themselves. So I feel like this person is serious about working on these things. All right, let's see what we have for Lee. This is the Beginner's Tarot. Oh, you're so welcome, Trinity. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And what do we have as far as advice for Lee for today? What are the thoughts for Lee for today, please? So there's a delay. There's something that is not going to happen in the time frame that it was originally stated. In part because we had somebody who was... Okay, so you know how on garage door openers, there's usually multiple buttons, and oftentimes there's one you don't need to use. like mine has 3 buttons and I only have to use one. If I'm trying to open the garage door and I'm pressing one of the inactive buttons and I'm like, come on, you jerk, I'm only gonna waste my energy and my time, right? Somebody here was hitting a button, expecting something, and nothing happened. But now we have a shift or a change. And this Queen of Cups energy is the overarching energy. This means we have, I think, a positive shift happening for you. And it says justice and fairness on the 6 of Pentacles. So what has been frustrating as of late, I feel, is going to move in the right direction. There's going to be a better balance in your pursuit. I would hope this is about the court situation. 2 of Swords, following the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, we have somebody else moving in. It's like putting a thumb on the scale, making things right because they have been unfair. The Tower in the reverse. There was a weak foundation that has been removed. Somebody who has been working against you is no longer going to be able to. Yeah, so I don't know if this is like dismissal or this is like, no, that's the wrong decision. We need to relook at this, but we have examination happening and I feel that it's positive for you. So I like that. All right, let's see what we've got. Lee, you know I'm rooting for you. Let's see what we've got for Nayla. This is the Stained Glass Tarot. What do we have for Nayla, please? The Chariot, the 7 of Wands in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse, and the 10 of Wands. Is this someone getting like karma? Is this someone being left behind? So this feels to me like someone who has refused to change, who walked away from you. This person who walked away from you wanted to make you out to be the problem, wanted to make it seem like you were so difficult to deal with. You were toxic, you were insecure, whatever it is. But now that there's been distance, so I feel like this would be somebody that you would have been like no contact with or very low contact with for at least several weeks, probably more like, 3, 4 months or longer. This person has had time now to realize, oh, I might actually be part of the problem. I put all the blame on Nayla, but the reality is I also have some problems. So this either means they were faced with their own toxic energy when they were in solitude, or the same pattern that they blamed you for in the past has happened with a new person. And it's like, oh, common denominator. Maybe it's like me. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Nayla. Yes, I do think it's an X energy. This is somebody who resisted seeing things for the way they really were because they wanted to blame you. And now they're being faced with the truth, realizing that they walked away from someone that they undervalued. So is this person seeing Nayla in a different light? Mostly. There's a need for them to see their own actions clearer. I don't know that this person's going to communicate anything, but they are working on themselves, and accountability seems to be a more familiar concept for them. So, with the Nine of Wands in the reverse, where they were continually making everything about what other people had done or what other situation or circumstances made them do, now they're looking within and saying, yeah, I might have been the problem. Maybe I need to do something a little bit different, you know? Seven of Cups. So while you might not get any kind of update, or you might not know that this person is thinking of you in a better light or finally looking at themselves in the mirror, you might be picking up on that energy. So you might dream about them, or you might think about them. You might have reminders in strange ways. That is the universe saying it worked. Your impact on this person may have seemed little to none initially when you were dealing with them, but sometimes it takes time, right? Now they're starting to get it. Oh, I just figured out what you're saying, Urban Walker. Well said. After I find Waldo, maybe. You're funny. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Nayla, I wish you luck. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's see what we've got for Plum Face. We've got the red-fronted bird. The red booby. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Why are the red booby birds watching? Is there any significance here? I'm seeing that it's not specifically just the red booby one. Sorry, that's just gonna be their name. You're gonna start to notice there's another one. It's birds in general, but this is the first one that you're seeing. I do feel like this is meant to identify for you that soon you are supposed to be embarking in a different direction. Now, knowing what I know about you, I could make my own assessment on that, but I don't want to read too much into that. There is a path opening up before you, and the birds, you're going to start seeing more and more, not just from this kind of bird, but it is meant to inspire movement. Page of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. I see you being able to multitask or give to two different pursuits. So this is like Can we split our time? Can we start? It's almost like you're picking up a side hustle, right? Like you've got your day job, you've got what you are currently focused on, but the birds are going to be like a catalyst or a calling, right? To identify for you that there's other magical things that are meant to be happening that you need to get working on, right? When you make a fancy dinner, you have to time things correctly. Okay, the potatoes are going to take like 45 minutes and the steak only takes 8 minutes. So I'm not going to start the steak until the potatoes are like already like working, right? So while the potatoes are in progress for you, these birds are going to be trying to get your attention on something else that is important for your attention. Now, maybe it's not a steak, that's okay, but it is in a different direction. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Sun. See, the thing is, this new opportunity that's going to be starting for you is something that's going to cause somebody else some stress or anxiety, and you might feel guilty. The birds have a happy sound to them, right? Even if they wake you up early. The birds are meant to remind you nothing stays in the same place. You are supposed to be migrating like they do, but you come back, right? When the season is appropriate. So the birds are about migration and a reminder that sometimes we have two homes. And if it's cold, then those red booby birds are gonna be like, hey, it's time to go south. I hope you start calling them that now. All right. Good luck with that, bum face. And as I said, I owe you an email, so don't you worry. I'll be getting on that later today. I'll be getting that for sure. Oh, it literally says for sure on my shirt. Isn't that great? All right. Hello, Tina. How are you doing? What's up, Dave? I hope you're having a good one. Did I say hello to Static yet? Maybe in the previous reading, right? Don't go outside at 4 a.m. unless you like birds. Yeah, I mean, there's other things to probably be worried about at 4 in the morning, but yes. And Skemmy, you are up next. This is the Graffiti Tarot. So the person that you have been dating is, or had been dating, is she still in love with Skemmy? Yes, although she has a pretty effective poker face. This is me holding back the jokes that I would like to be making, but would probably be considered not okay by YouTube. But you know I was going to go with that, right, Skimmy? This is somebody who doesn't want to show that they are bothered or miss you or still love you. With that Eight of Swords, it's like, I just want to not let anybody know what I'm feeling. I want to keep this to myself. So this is someone who's like basically faking being unbothered or trying to get people to believe that you are not as important to them as you actually are. With the King of Pentacles in the reverse, I am picking up on a little bit of like, I want to be distracted by other people, but I don't take that seriously. So kind of like for the streets energy, but without dedication. Like I'll flirt and do the talking stage with a bunch of people, but then I get to a certain point and I'm like, whatever, you aren't Skemmy. Yeah, she is, but she's trying to pretend that she's not. Nine of Wands, Temperance in the reverse, and the King of Wands. It's like she's putting out a call, a mating call, She's putting out energy to try to see if there are others that would entertain or distract her. But the reality is, there's still this desire to be near you. Two of Swords and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So right now it feels like mostly it's avoidant energy. I don't want to pick anyone. I just want to feel like I could go whatever direction I wanted to. So does this person want to hear from Skemmy or like want to be pursued? No. I don't want anybody to expect anything from me. I would like to be unencumbered. Any chance I get to use that word, I'm going to use it. Okay, you guys? This is too fun. Yeah, she's indecisive right now, Skemmy. So it's like, I want you to do something, but then I'm going to get mad at you about it. I remember a friend in college talking to me about a similar dynamic where it's like, hey, do you want me to come see you? It requires like a 2-hour drive, but I'm willing to do it. And she was being pouty and like, and so he's like, okay, fine. I'm going to come see you because it sounds like, you know, you're having a rough time. He drove the 2 hours to go visit her, and then she was mad that he did it. Like, girl, you could have told him not to do it, or you could have had like a mature approach to the conversation and like told him to go back home. This is like wasteful energy, right? But yes, there's still a desire at some point to have you back. Little immature though, and I think you know that. Okay, so for Priyanka, let's see what we have. This is the Tarot de la Nuit. What are Ayesha's feelings for Priyanka? And Skemmy, you know I'm rooting for you. Yes, definitely wait. Well, let me clarify. Wait meaning don't pursue or invest in that. I don't know that I would recommend like trying to invest in somebody new, but don't fall for the like trying to pursue more with this person. Focus on yourself, I think, is the best way to answer that. Yeah, Lemonade, doesn't that sound rough? I feel pretty bad for that dude. Sometimes people don't know what they want or they don't want to admit what they want, right? So for Ayush, feelings for Priyanka, please. What does Ayush feel for Priyanka? Ace of Cups in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse, Devil in the reverse. I feel like this is a crush, but it's a bit immature. So this is like admiration, but because we have the Devil in the reverse, I don't feel like this is, I'm interested in you physically and that's all. I feel like this is maybe more about a little bit of lack of confidence. Like, I like the idea of you. I feel like you're, you know, beautiful, incredible, but I would just mess it up anyways. So I'm going to admire you from afar. So interest, but not serious interest. I don't want to pursue a relationship that would just end with my broken heart. And I also feel like this person would be trying to avoid that physical intimacy. Even if they want it, they consider that to be trouble. So it's like this person's content to daydream about you. I don't feel like I can pursue that. Realistically, it's not a thing. So I'll do something different. Or I'll just keep myself over here. I like it, Skimmy. Hello, Deborah. How are you doing? Deborah, feel free to put your question or your request in a super chat and I will add you to the list. Just keep in mind that I am pretty close to signing off, so not to be pushy. And what about how Ayush sees Priyanka, please? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. the Six of Swords, Six of Wands, and Strength. So there's a lot of admiration. There's a lot of attraction. I feel like you're going to have a great life where I know there are other people that are interested in you, but I don't feel like I have what you would be looking for, or I feel like I would mess it up. I think this person deals with some insecurity. What's the basis of this insecurity or hesitation? The Hierophant and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who feels like if they were to get you, like to be with you, right, that they would then lose you. Like, I don't have what it takes to keep you interested or to keep you focused, so I'm not going to invest. It's nice to think about. I like daydreaming about what could potentially happen, or, I like looking at you, but I don't think I can actually get something off the ground. Like, I don't think I can actually be good enough for you long term. So I don't know that I should actually invest anything at all. So I think this person is stuck in dreamland and not willing to invest in that. Even though there's admiration and attraction, I don't think there's longevity, so I'm not going to pursue anything. I would just probably ruin it. Did I say hello to Tiana? Hello. Jordan, you just keep coming back and doing the same thing. It's really obnoxious. I've given you a warning, and I told you I would block you permanently from my channel, and I probably should have just now. But I'm going to tell you right now, trying to take over somebody's live chat with a repetitive message is really obnoxious, and you're better than that. You have meaningful energy, and you could actually do something with it instead of that. I encourage you to pursue that because you might be able to get over whatever it is that is stopping you right now. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you were able to. And I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.